1980s, a strong emphasis on color and symbolism. Predictive programming with a psychedelic edge. Hollywood draws on the popular youth culture of whatever year. For a short while, space remained fun and trendy. A fairly Earth or planet-based in its backdrop. Mythological and historical narratives. Japan, at this time, has only grown wealthier since World War II. Hand in hand with the USA, high-tech industry and futuristic capitalist vision. In 1969, the National Space Development Agency was formed and started milking its citizens for money for satellites and new rockets. The Japan-US Space Agreement stated, quote, "Not just the exploration of space, but also the partnership and the friendship between the United States and Japan." Nausicaa, Studio Ghibli, 1984. The word could mean North or Nordic. In fact, her name is a direct reference to a Phoenician princess from Homer's Odyssey, the burner of ships. In the anime, she and her compatriots fly above the Earth plane, surveying and exploring. There is also a somewhat incongruous extended scene at the beginning, dealing with biological science, bacteriology, fungi, and gas masks. The animation is impeccable, ahead of its time, throwing the cutting-edge ideas out there. In the film Alien, 1979, you get a more scientific, technical representation of space, with very realistic models used next to computer effects. Meanwhile, people are asking questions about the mathematical improbability of being the only life in infinite space. So Steven Spielberg and his artists created this snake-like kraken creature that only knows how to be parasitic. The spaceship journey is now a hellish experience, and a place you would not want to go. The alien also looks to me like a nudge towards evolution theory. It can be seen in the media popping up under different names. The hidden story looks to be a personal and lonely journey into the inner space of the characters, there to meet their lowest reptilian self. Films like these are designed to affect the audience on a subconscious level. The use of strobes, smoke, jarring noises and shadow, as well as blood and gratuity. The poster to E.T. is a mockery of the creation story as painted by Michelangelo. The Bicycle to the Moon too shows that the Hollywood creators weren't taking it too seriously. It must have worked though. 20 years on, books are being written on the different races and genetic types living out there, coming to Earth now and again, seeding and mining for gold. Then, in 1986, Space Shuttle Challenger blew up in front of a crowd and TV screens everywhere on the plane. A real 9/11 moment. 7 crew members supposedly died instantly. The newspapers report that it takes 2 months to recover the bodies. This served to buy time and set limits to what the public should expect NASA to achieve. The ridiculously named Solar Maximum Mission, or Solar Max for short, had been launched in February 1980, making the audacious claim of cruising close enough to the 1.4 million kilometer wide Fireball to take invaluable data for the experts. The launch pad is beautifully lit up with complex scaffolding, looking like a theatre set. But could it be the shell of a plane attached to an inflated tube and 2 launchers? The footage from space has improved somewhat in 10 years, but still looks very fake, grainy, no stars, tin foil and canvas. For children, heroes go galactic, using superpowers to fly to space. A generation taught that to supersede and control nature is humanity's place. In Superman 1978, Christopher Reeve turns back time by flying around the globe. There is plenty of truth in plain sight. The ice planet with a dome in Superman, possibly the North Pole. The flat Earth and firmament, the moon and sun clock are shown in Super Ted, 1983, and later Captain Planet, 1990. That also introduced the environmental agenda. Captain Planet and the Planeteers are effectively teenage protesters fighting the eco-villains. And the 1990s did see a growth in Greenpeace as an organisation, pushing global warming and suspiciously active in Antarctica. In fact, Greenpeace were wealthy and respected enough as an organisation to send its ice-class ship, MV Greenpeace, to set up a permanent World Park Antarctic base in 1987.